I want to talk about the existence of L3 in Star Wars and what that means. See, the problem with L3 in Star Wars is Star Wars has too on-the-nose social commentary. It is too in your face. It is too, this is straight up what you're dealing with today, and we're going to put it in Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away, something that has no tangible reasoning for having things that exist here over there. Now, it has been done. George Lucas based the original trilogy in parts of old history, but here's the thing. When it came out in the 70s, A New Hope, having inspiration from World War II, it's far enough that it's not dealing with things that are so right now for that time period that it hits you in the face saying, look, this is social commentary on the political and sociological climate that exists for you now. That way the film feels like a movie that you can escape to, because movies used to be a thing where you go to escape and you watch and you're entertained, and they have their own stories that are inspired by things that happen on Earth. But things like L3 in the new Star Wars, much like, what's her face? Oh, I can't remember. The girl just deleted her social media account. The girl from Rose in The Last Jedi, that is very on-the-nose social commentary saying, oh, you know the problems that you have today? Well, we're going to put them in the movies now. Why are you dealing with them now? So now we have this very bizarre social commentary against slavery that you don't, the way they did it, I couldn't tell if you're supposed to make fun of how she is being so over the top and the ridiculousness of her fighting for droid rights, or you're supposed to think of it like agree with her, but then droids being used in Star Wars is a bad thing, which means everyone who's ever had a droid is abusing their droids. They're all owning their droids and committing slavery against their droids, making everybody essentially George Washington, where you look back at him, he created a country, but he had a lot of slaves. So everybody in Star Wars is essentially a former president type of situation from back in the day. They all have slaves, but they're good people at the same time. So you're just like, oh, that's a confusing message right there. So he was done very bad. Rose is very, oh, look, save the animals, save the rights. We got PETA fighting, all the cliche stuff that happens now. On top of the fact that they make such a big deal of the race of her casting. And this is the problem I have with the different races, that they keep this inclusivity thing. Why don't you cast people without announcing that you're casting them with the idea of their race in mind? Because then it doesn't seem like they earned the part. It just seems like they're there because of their race. That if they were not born the race that they were born, they would never have made it there on their own merit. And that's what drives me crazy. It's very in-your-face social justice garbage, where you could cast all these people of different races on their own merit and not make an announcement that, oh, look, we've casted someone based off their race. Did they do that with Lando Calrissian back in Star Wars, him being the first and only black guy in the universe at the time? Oh, look, we cast Lando Calrissian because he's black. No, they cast Billy D. Williams. It worked perfectly. I don't think there's a mention to his race at all prior to Empire Strikes Back coming out. They don't bank on his race. They don't capitalize on his race. It's not a promotional aspect of the film's launch. And that is the problem with these movies now, is in most movies and franchises, is they're banking too much on promoting their movies with the social justice climate right now. And they're saying, oh, look, we're on the right side of that. Look at our good morality. Watch us bank on these superfluous to the merit aspects of these actors, such as the race that they were born. They can't just hide them and not make a big deal saying, oh, look, guess what? She's a female and she's Asian. And girl power, girl power, girl power. Everyone's fine with Rey being a girl. But stop throwing girl power in our face. We get it. We get it. She's a girl. We know. Nobody cared when Carrie Fisher was a girl. Nobody cared that Han Solo was a boy. Nobody cared about their genders at all. They were just good characters. But now, everybody, they're banking on what we know is socially worth fighting about, and blah, 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 and all the bickering and nonsense of this postmodernist age that's going on. And it's what drives me crazy, because then it's not a galaxy far, far away. It doesn't feel like an escapism. It feels like you're watching a movie that has Earth's problems, and that is very bizarre. Why is L3 fighting for social justice garbage in this story about Han Solo? What is happening there? Why is this girl fighting for animal rights in this story? I understand it can happen, but it's done in a way that's so in your face that it's like, hey, we're gonna put things that you're fighting about now in this. Next up, wait to our our scenes about non-binary and binary human beings. Like that they're gonna bank about that in the promotion up to the films. So, Social Justice Star Wars. SW used to stand for Star Wars. Now it's Social Justice Warriors. Social Justice Wars. That's what we're having right now. And I enjoyed Solo, but L3 and Rose have both been my least favorite characters in the existence of these stories. L3 is a very bizarre thing in this movie, and Rose is a very annoying character in The Last Jedi. And she is the only... If she didn't exist in that movie at all, oh my god, that movie would be so much better. And I still like it a lot. But I like it for everything that doesn't involve her. Anyways, those are my thoughts.